Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeoncast. I'm Brian.
And I'm William.
This is the podcast where we talk about everything tabletop role-playing games.
And today we are talking about the legendary Wondrous items of Dungeons & Dragons.
1, 2, 3, 4. Shout out to
Welcome, adventurers, to the Dungeoncast.
Hey, Brian.
Hey Will.
How you doing today?
I'm doing swell, dude.
Swell. Fantastic. That's good. That's good to hear, man.
How you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Delicious. What do you have? What do you have for us today?
I have some legendary Wondrous items. 7 to be exact.
Hell yeah. Why 7? Just because it's powerful?
I don't know. It felt like a good number to stop
Powerful
at.
amount.
It was enough to fill about what I gauged to be a single Dungeoncast episode.
So this will be our normal, like our swords episode.
Yes.
So we're just gonna throw a bunch of swords at our audience.
Exactly. Except for this time, it's just a bunch of Wondrous items.
Yeah, this time they'll probably be able to catch them all instead of getting cut up all bad.
At least most of them, and they'll even be able to wear some.
Oh, hey, get ready, audience.
So we've done legendary swords of D&D, the legendary armors of D&D, and the legendary staffs, rods, and wands of D&D. Now it's time for the legendary Wondrous items of D&D because it's Year of the Artifact, guys.
It is Year of the Artifact.
And that means we are covering all sorts of items of power this year. Both
Once a month.
once a month about once a month. Both the legendary and the artifact, and on rare occasions, the merely very rare. Although that's kind of rare that we covered the merely very rare. I think I was forced to in the rods, staffs, and wands episode.
Oh,
because
yeah.
There wasn't any legendary wands.
It got dry really fast.
It wasn't a thing. Oh, God, don't say that. Any questions about Wondrous items before we begin?
I've poisoned you.
Do you have a favorite Wondrous item?
A favorite Wondrous item?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about them because we haven't covered them on the show.
I mean, we've covered a few.
I guess so.
Artifact-wise.
I mean, like the deck of many
Things is one. I believe the Orbs of Dragonkind are another.
Why does a deck of many things want to constantly destroy itself
Is that a thing?
or vanish?
Is that a thing?
It's annoying when you're trying to run a deck of many things campaign.
And it keeps going away.
It keeps vanishing. I keep having to find ways to put it back in the game.
That's interesting. I know it has the one that makes it vanish.
I think there's a expanded version of the deck that has a card in it that makes all your magic items fucking like explode or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like
And
burn
that
up and
includes
vanish.
the deck because it's magic.
Exactly.
Right,
Yeah.
Right. That
It's
makes
like,
sense.
why?
That makes sense.
One guy just
Interesting.
was like, "Fuck it," I pull 5 cards, and I was like, "Okay," and
Does it destroy them or just makes them disappear?
the way it was read, it destroyed. It
That's
destroyed it.
interesting.
Many,
And
many
there's not
things
a-
happened, and the last one was the deck like burns up. It's like, cool.
There's not a line in there that says except for the deck.
No.
No, that's so weird. Okay, so like that
Yeah,
would
same thing when it vanished. I
that
was
would
like, "Oh, it's just gone."
that would explain why there's so few, because eventually that card's going to get drawn and then it self detonates.
Right? Yeah.
And there's no way around it. It will get drawn eventually.
So what? They're just fucking making new ones. Somebody's out there like,
I don't know.
better make 5 decks and put them out in the world.
Yeah, see what happens. All right, let's get back to Wondrous items that aren't the deck of many things.
Yeah.
And let us begin with a very unique one known as the apparatus of Qualish, or Qualish. However you
Yeah,
want it.
Qualish.
Qualish.
I tried to Google the pronunciation and it was quite elusive.
As a lot of these things tend to be.
Yeah. I didn't find it, but I didn't spend a lot of time on it either.
Yeah.
And no one said anything the last time Qualish came up.
Well, we'll see what happens this time. The Wondrous item, or this Wondrous item, is a vehicle, to put it in the simplest terms. We talked a bit about Qualish in the Legendary Armors episode. He is a famous archmage and inventor from the Greyhawk setting, known for creating fantastical technological devices, most famously the apparatus of Qualish. The apparatus of Qualish was originally created by its namesake to explore the ocean depths and establish relations with sentient underwater races.
Oh.
Which, that sentence would make you think it's a submarine, which the answer to that question would be kinda. Yes, it is, but it's so much more.
It's still, it's too soon to talk about submarines.
Oh, I forgot a thing happened in the news. Yeah,
Thing happened in the news. I'm trying not to say slanderous meme things. Trying
You're
really
going to have
hard.
trouble through the
Trying to
rest
be
of this one.
respectful.
Okay. When not in operation, the apparatus resembles a large iron barrel. It has a concealed latch that allows access inside, where the control systems are located. When deployed and in operation, an apparatus Qualish resembles a giant metallic lobster.
I like that.
Yeah. The apparatus can fit up to 2 people inside. Its controls consist of a set of 10 levers, each responsible for a different aspect of the vehicle's operation.
Thank God. I thought you were going to say Logitech controller. Oh, fuck. I did it.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
The levers perform various functions, including extending or retracting the legs, tail, pincers, and feelers, covering and uncovering the portholes, moving the apparatus, snapping its pincers, opening and closing its magically lit eyes, and rising and sinking in water, and opening or closing the hatch. The device can function in water up to 900 feet deep, which isn't as deep as you would think.
Yeah.
I mean, it is deep.
It's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Don't go deeper than that because bad things happen.
Isn't deep like Dagon? Isn't that a thing we say?
Deep like Dagon,
I was
yeah.
really trying
well,
to
in
find a
this
way.
submarine, you can't go deep like Dagon.
You can't.
It just said that right there.
It did. It really did.
But yes, deep like Dagon is a thing. We've yes.
It holds enough air for a crew of 2 to survive a few hours. Later in his life, it is said that Qualish created a superior, greater apparatus of Qualish, an iron barrel which transforms into the shape of a small dragon capable of flight and capable of firing a small cannonball from its mouth. However, the risk of accidental backfire was significant.
Qualish was like, what swims better than lobsters?
A dragon.
You know, I've seen dragons swim. They look badass.
Some
I'm gonna make a
dragons
dragon
do
submarine.
swim, and they swim very well.
Yeah, like what, bronze?
Bronze.
Yeah,
Bronze
there
is
it
one.
is.
Yeah. Oh, and gold. Gold are probably like the
Yeah.
best swimmers.
They smell a little salty.
Yeah, I guess a little bit.
So get inside
Also
Mr.
topaz. Sorry.
Get inside Robot Mr. Krabs from that episode of SpongeBob where they
Exactly.
make Robot Mr. Krabs and Plankton pilots it to steal the Krabby Patty recipe.
I just watched that episode the other day. My son really likes SpongeBob. And I
Yeah,
got to say, the
good
first
show.
4 seasons are incredible.
Yeah, SpongeBob's really good.
But then it falls off a cliff really fast.
It definitely it spins out.
Yeah, I was watching some wild shit the
I don't know.
other day.
They're all. I think a lot of them are really good. You just have to separate those core early ones from like what they're doing in the later.
I caught
stuff.
some like season 14 stuff that I was like, this is crazy.
I'm not gonna say it's all good. I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, all right.
Not even the early ones. Not even all SpongeBob episodes are not good.
Okay,
I want to go
they're
on
not all
record
created
saying
equal.
that. I'm not gonna say which ones.
Okay. Tell me about the apparatus Qualish, stat block wise, please.
Sure, I do have that pulled up right here. So I guess I do need to read this part. This item first appears to be a large sealed iron barrel weighing 500 pounds. Are we good? Can I skip that? No.
No.
The barrel has a hidden
it's
catch,
important.
which can be found with a successful DC 20 intelligence investigation check. That's pretty high.
Yeah.
Releasing the catch unlocks a hatch at one end of the barrel, allowing 2 medium or smaller creatures to crawl inside. 10 levers are set in a row at the far end, each in a neutral position, able to move up or down. When certain levers are used, the apparatus transforms to resemble a giant lobster. The apparatus of Qualish is a large object with the following statistics: armor class of 20, hit points of 200, swim speed of 30 feet, regular movement speed of 30 feet as well. And then it says, or 0 feet for both if the legs and tail aren't extended.
So I have a
That
question.
makes sense.
Oh, okay. I was like, how does this thing swim? The tail's obviously not extended. I'm looking at the image here.
Yeah, and the legs are like not skinny spider legs. They've got like paddle ability. I
Okay,
guess.
I can see that. Yeah. Okay.
Probably the claws as well. I like how the claws are sharp on the outside and the inside.
I know they
Very
really
cool.
are. It's like a can opener.
Don't get any ideas, nature. We don't need crazy lobsters like that. Damage immunities, poison, and psychic. Rest
It'd
in
be
peace,
weird if it
poison.
could be poisoned.
That would be weird. To be used as a vehicle, the apparatus requires 1 pilot. While the apparatus's hatch is closed, the compartment is airtight and watertight. The compartment holds enough air for 10 hours of breathing, divided by the number of breathing creatures inside.
Okay, so 5 for 2.
Way to be an air genasi. That would be super cool.
Oh, yeah.
No breathing allowed.
I'll just shut off my breathing.
Yeah, you can do that. The apparatus floats on water. It can also go underwater to a depth of 900 feet. Below that, the vehicle takes 2d6 bludge
Per minute.
from the pressure. A creature in the compartment can use an action to move as many as 2 of the apparatus's levers up or down. After each use, the lever goes back into its neutral position. Each lever from left to right functions as shown in the apparatus of Qualish levers table.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so on a 1, do we want to read all these, huh? Yeah, on a 1, going up, legs and tail extend, allowing the apparatus to walk and swim. Down, legs and tail retract, reducing the apparatus's speed to 0 and making it unable to benefit from bonuses to speed. The second lever up is forward window shutter opens, and then down is forward forward window shutter closes. I feel like I'm reading a fucking Dr. Seuss book.
Well, okay, so the thing here is like the only time you're going to use this table is when they first get it and they're testing levers. And as a DM, you're like, which lever do you pull?
Right.
You got from 1 to 10 from left to right. Which one you pull?
7. Oh, it explodes. You die.
Exactly.
Yeah. Sorry, let's get to 7 before I tell you what it does. Let's see. I read 2. Number 3 is side window shutters open, 2 per side. And the down position is side window shutters closed, 2 per side. Lever 4, position up, 2 claws extend from the front sides of the apparatus. Position down, the claws retract. Lever 5, each extended claw makes the following melee weapon attack, plus 8 to hit, reach of 5 feet, 1 target, hits for 7 or 2d6 bludgeoning damage in the up position. Down position is, each extended claw makes the following melee weapon attack, plus 8 to hit, reach of 5 feet, 1 target. On a hit, the target is grappled. The escape DC is 15, fairly high.
I have a qualm with this. You mentioned the claws. They should not be bludgeoning damage. That should be slashing damage.
Yeah. Yes, it should.
Continue.
Lever 6, position up. The apparatus walks or swims forward. Position down. The apparatus walks or swims backwards. 7, up position. The apparatus turns 90 degrees to the left. Down position. The apparatus turns 90 degrees to the right. Lever 8, up position. I like fixtures emit bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. Down position. The light turns off. Lever 9, up position. The apparatus sinks as much as 20 feet in liquid. Down position, the apparatus rises up to 20 feet in liquid with magic or something. 10, lever 10, up position. The rear hatch unseals and opens.
That's a bad one.
Down
Underwater.
position, the rear hatch closes and seals.
Okay, I have another problem with this.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of problems with this.
The main one being that this thing only turns in 90-degree angles. So if something comes at you at a 45-degree angle, what are you supposed to do?
Die, I guess.
And what about up and down? You can't turn up and down?
I would
You can
just
go
say,
up, you can rise and sink up and down. I guess that's good enough.
Yeah, I would just say that you can turn up to 90 degrees, and you can't turn more than that in a turn. If you want to turn less, like...
Yeah, you move the lever up, and then when you want to stop, you pull it down real fast.
Yeah, like realistically, if I put the lever in the up position and leave it there, like and hold it, then it will spin, and it'll take 6 seconds to turn 90 degrees.
It's that slow. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I like your fix. That's a good fix.
Yeah, that's all. Like fuck this like hard rule shit. I'll do what I want. It's a submarine.
What are your thoughts on the apparatus of Qualish?
I mean, it's cool. Like,
It's fun.
It's gonna make doing your underwater adventure really fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, you can get scary. Like, you can go deeper to take the bludge and take the risk, and that's probably where my adventure would go, is making hard choices while you're down there.
Well, it's okay. So 2d6 is going to average 7 damage per minute, right? 200 HP. So
You don't want to spend more than a few minutes down there.
You're
I think.
safe for at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, I think,
Unless you're under attack.
right. And I was gonna say, if there's potential combat, which there probably should be, if you're going to go get something sketchy or whatever, do a sketchy mission, and you're gonna want to deal with that as well as the limitation on breathing, like the amount of air.
Yeah, that's true. You have a timer there too. I will say another thing too is 2d6 for the claw attack seems low to me, but I mean, okay, you come across, I don't know, a kraken. There's no way you're fighting it. You just have to run.
Yeah,
That thing can't fight a kraken.
no.
Like, even if the characters inside are high level, I guess if you're high level, you probably have methods of not needing the apparatus.
Yeah, I was thinking about like, okay, well, who's got potions of water breathing? That's probably something you take with you as like a precaution.
Yeah.
And then if things are going bad, you can open the hatch, hit the potions, open the hatch, let the water come in. Hopefully there's no problematic like
it doesn't,
pressurization thing that goes on when you do
fucks
that.
up the machine.
I don't know. I'd hand wave it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it would fuck up the machine or not, but it could. It's definitely gonna if you fill it up with water, I don't know. I'm not a
I am not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist. I'm not an engineer. I'm a pseudo engineer at best.
We'd figure it out. We're dungeon masters. All right, next up, we have another Wondrous item, Cloak of Invisibility. As one would imagine, the Cloak of Invisibility is a powerful magical cloak that allows its wearer to become invisible for a limited amount of time. Not a lot of lore on the Cloak of Invisibility. I suspect it's because invisibility cloaks as a concept have been around for a very long time. To the point, I don't think D&D writers have ever felt compelled to write justifying lore for their existence in the game. So let's talk about in real life mythology instead.
Okay, like Harry Potter.
I don't know if I mentioned it here, but we can mention it now.
It takes 6 fucking books to figure out what the cloak actually is. That's all I'll say about it.
Okay, moving on. The concept of the invisibility cloak is perhaps most commonly found in Welsh and Germanic folklore, and may have originated with the cap of invisibility seen in ancient Greek myths. For those unfamiliar, the cap of invisibility is a helmet or cap that can turn the wearer invisible, also known as the cap of Hades or helm of Hades. Wearers of the cap in Greek myths include Athena, the goddess of wisdom, the messenger god Hermes, and the hero Perseus. Or if you played the game Hades.
Got it.
Those wearing the cap become invisible to other supernatural entities, akin to a cloud of mist sometimes used to remain undetectable. Cloaks of invisibility are magical items found in folklore and fairy tales. Such cloaks are common in Welsh mythology. A mantle of invisibility is described in the... Oh, God, I forgot about this part. I wrote these notes a long time ago. There's going to be Welsh terms in here. And Welsh is very difficult to pronounce, and I'm sorry ahead of time. I'm just going to do my best.
There's something you should know about me before you continue with this.
Yes, tell me.
I don't speak any Welsh.
Me neither.
All right.
I don't either. So the mantle of invisibility is described in the tale of Coolwick and Olwen, circa 1100 AD, as one of King Arthur's most prized possessions. The mantle is described again and in more detail in the Broodwyd Ronabwyn.
Oh, I can hear the keys. I can hear the clicking of someone's keyboard.
I'm so sorry.
This is going to be one of the tastiest YouTube comments we've ever gotten.
And is later listed as one of the 13 treasures of the island of Britain.
I think you got that one right.
I hope so. A similar mantle appears in the second branch of the Mabinogi, in which it is used as Caswalan to assassinate the 7 stewards left behind by Bran the Blessed and usurp the throne. I'm not that big into Arthurian legend, so this is all unfamiliar to me, by the way. In the English fairy tale, Jack the Giant Killer, the hero is rewarded with several magical gifts by a giant he has spared, among them a coat of invisibility.
Okay.
And lastly, the counterpart in Japan is the Kakure Mino, magical straw cape or raincoat of invisibility. In the folktale of the Peach Boy, Momotaro, one of the treasures the hero collects from the ogres, is a cape of invisibility, paralleling the story of Jack the Giant Slayer.
Okay.
That's all I got on Cloaks of Invisibility.
Apologies for all the pronunciation stuff, everyone.
Go ahead and tell me about the D&D one.
All right. Cloak of Invisibility. Why? I won't even talk about what I'm seeing right now.
What are you seeing right now?
Look, it's the same image as
they never it does.
Qualish's boat. Mr.
So
Krabs robot.
That's the default image when they don't have an image.
Is Qualish's boat?
Yes, it's
submarine.
It's the lobster.
That is insane. That coincidence is there.
That is very coincidental.
Okay, we got a Cloak of Invisibility. It's a wondrous legendary item that requires attunement. So while wearing this cloak, you can pull its hood over your head to cause yourself to become invisible. In the D&D verse.
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked away. An invisible creature is impossible to see without the aid of magic or special sense. For the purpose of hiding, the creature is heavily obscured. The creature's location can be detected by any noise it makes or any tracks it leaves without the augmentation of another spell, like Pass Without a Trace. Attack rolls against the creature have disadvantage, and the creature's attack rolls have advantage. That's why Harry Potter's cool. It's because he's always fucking invisible. Can do that. While you are invisible, anything you are carrying or wearing is invisible with you. You become visible when you cease wearing the hood. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action. That's an important balance.
The heavy hood.
Something I normally hand wave for any other cloak. Deduct the time you are invisible in increments of 1 minute from the cloak's maximum duration of 2 hours. After 2 hours of use, the cloak ceases to function. For every uninterrupted period of 12 hours, the cloak goes unused. It regains 1 hour of duration. So it has a battery, a magic
24
battery.
hours and it's fully charged.
Yeah. Okay. That submarine shit was like the hardest stat block I've ever read. And comparing it to that one where I got it pretty clean. Yeah.
Well, let's see how the next one does you, because we're covering the Iron Flask.
Okay. Bring it on.
This one is interesting. It definitely has some magic lamp vibes. So in appearance, there isn't much going on with the iron flask. It's just an iron flask shaped like an iron bottle or with a brass stopper. I've seen depictions of it looking like an iron vial as well, but for the most part, it's depicted as a very unassuming iron flask. I'm sure you're looking at the image right now. No?
I'm not.
Okay. Well, you will be soon.
I'm looking at our notes, and I will be soon.
So the iron flask only does one thing, but the thing it does is really potent. It is also morally eyebrow-raising, depending on the situation in which it's used.
All right.
Iron flasks are capable of trapping and binding extraplanar beings. Essentially, by speaking the command word of the iron flask, the user can trap a nearby extraplanar creature inside of it for an indeterminate amount of time. It is possible for the creature to resist being trapped, and creatures that have been trapped before are harder to imprison again. Upon removing the brass stopper, the imprisoned creature is released and bound to obey the owner of the flask for 1 hour, after which you should definitely have an escape plan because now you have an immortal enemy.
Yeah, I mean, probably. It's going to take a lot to make amends on that one.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who you trap. They're going to be pissed.
They're probably going to be really
Angel,
mad.
devil, demon, genie, doesn't matter.
What if you, like, get them in the bottle and then, like, barred it up real hardcore and be like, you deserve to be in here, right? And, like, I don't, whether or not it's true.
You gaslight them?
It could be true that they deserve to be in there.
I mean, it could be true.
Or you can get it like a Stockholm Syndrome thing. I see where the moral quandaries are coming in now.
Yep.
Yeah. Those things I said are bad. Okay.
Indeed you did.
We have the Wondrous item. It is legendary. This iron bottle has a brass stopper. You can use an action to speak the flask command word, targeting a creature that you can see within 60 feet of you. If the target is a native to a plane of existence other than the one you are on, the target must succeed on a DC 17 wisdom saving throw or be trapped in the flask. If the target has been trapped by the flask before, it has advantage on the saving throw. He's like getting sucked in. He's like, oh, I know these little curves and roots in the metal. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Once trapped, a creature remains in the flask until released. The flask can hold only one creature at a time. A creature trapped in the flask doesn't need to breathe, eat, or drink, and doesn't age.
You know my favorite movie that actually featured an iron flask, now that I realize it? Little Nicky.
Oh, yeah, it does.
It was literally a flask.
That's I'm like a 40-60 hit to miss on Adam Sandler movies, and Little Nicky is in my 40 hit.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
It's a dumb movie, but I love it.
Oh, it's so fucking funny with the Popeye's chicken stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
great. Say, Mr. Beefy. Okay, hang on. So this is the Mafuba.
Remind me.
Mafuba. How they seal people in Dragon Ball. Master Roshi does the Mafuba technique. Puts people in jars.
I'm a Z guy. I've only watched so much of
They skip
OG
it.
Dragon Ball.
They skip it in Z. They don't
Yeah.
seal anybody. They
No.
probably should have.
Yeah.
But then they do it again in Super. They try to seal
Oh
somebody.
yeah.
immortal.
Okay. It's funny. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z Kai with Liam lately.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's been fun.
That's fun. Vegeta gets sealed in the Mafuba for like a little bit.
Does he?
Yeah, on
Okay. Wow.
accident.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty funny. You can use an action to remove the flask stopper and release the creature the flask contains. The creature is friendly to you and your companions for 1 hour and obeys your commands for that duration. If you give no commands or give it a command that is likely to result in its death, it defends itself but otherwise takes no actions. At the end of the duration, the creature acts in accordance with its normal disposition and alignment. An identify spell reveals that a creature is inside the flask, but the only way to determine the type of creature is to open the flask. A newly discovered bottle might already contain a creature chosen by the GM or determined randomly. So I have a gripe with that because there are ways to like circumvent. Like this says the only way to determine the type of creature is to open the flask. Like what if I use the wish spell to have the knowledge?
Well, okay. Let's pull up the wish spell because remember the wish spell isn't as flexible as you would think it is.
No, but you can.
It can be.
It can be. You can use your like fucking life force or whatever, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now because I can never fucking remember this level 9
Okay,
spell.
while you do that,
That's
I'm gonna read
never
this
been
table.
cast in any game I've been in because no one's high enough level to actually cast it.
You just got to be brave and go to level 15 or level 16 or whatever.
Right. Let's see.
So on a 1 through 50, the contents are empty. On a 51, you got an Arcanoloth. On 52, you got a
one.
Cambion.
It's a little better.
53 and 54,
To
you got
deal
a
with.
Dow.
A what?
A
A
D-
Dow, like
Dow.
an Earth Genie. Gotcha.
55 through 57, Demon Type 1.
Okay. Well,
58, 60, Demon Type 2. 61, 62, Demon Type 3. 63, 64, Demon Type 4. 65, Demon Type 5. 66, Demon Type 6. 67 is a Deva. 68 and 69 is a devil greater. 70 and 72 is devil lesser. Why would they do that?
That's weird.
73 and 74 is
Oh shit, we forgot the lesser ones.
is a genie.
Which kind?
It just says genie.
That's weird because they were specific about Tao before.
75 through 76 is an Ifriti.
Okay.
77, 78 is any elemental. It says any in parentheses. Why
Okay.
doesn't it say that for genie?
I don't know.
It probably meant to. 79 is a Gith Yankee Knight.
Oh, that's a weird one.
80 is Gith Zerai Zerth.
Okay. I mean, they're both extra planar. Yeah.
81, 82 is an invisible stalker. 83, 84 is a Merid. 85, 86 is a Mesaloth. 87, 88 is a Night Hag. 89
Ooh.
to 90 is a Nikoloth. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, that's right. They're
90
like big, burly Yugoloths.
A 91 is a Planetar.
A Planetar.
Planetar?
Yeah.
Planetar. 92, 93 is a Salamander.
Okay. Wow, it's all over the place because salamanders are a lot weaker than a Planetar.
Yeah, that's a random thing to have in the jar. 94, 95 is a Slod. Any Slod.
Oh, God. That's a terrible draw. You don't want to deal with that.
No, you don't. Was a crazy episode that was.
Yeah.
Very secular. 96 is a Solar.
That's incredible.
97, 98 is a Succubus or Incubus. I guess 97 and 98, like you could kind of.
Yeah.
99 is an Ultraloth.
The most powerful Yugoloth.
And the 100 is a Zorn.
Oh, Zorn are like random earth elementals. They're mentally kind of chaotic
Oh
and
my
crazy.
God,
Yeah.
they've got a big old mouth.
Yes.
Oh.
There's something funny about the way they talk too. I can't remember what it is. But okay, if you pull an angel and you just found this thing, that's actually not bad. Angel's going to be real happy.
Like the Planetar?
Yeah, Planetar or Solar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the
Or a
Solar.
Deva. Any of those. You're
Right.
probably good.
Okay.
Because they're not going to be mad at you.
It's
And
mostly
they're good,
it's
right?
mostly bad stuff.
It is mostly bad stuff.
Mostly bad stuff or neutral stuff.
Yeah. Well, neutral stuff, you might be able to get away with like, hey, I let you loose. Like I just found you.
Yeah,
So
I didn't
like
put you
you
in
owe
here,
me.
dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I didn't put you in there.
You're
so
welcome.
You're
Please
welcome.
dig a big hole for me.
Exactly.
Okay.
What do you think about the Iron Flask?
I mean, it's very cool. This is a very cool plot hook.
It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. I really want to do a campaign that's like super focused on the inner planes. So like elemental planes, Shadowfell, Feywild. That'd be a lot of fun. You're just hopping around doing stuff. It's not quite outer plane craziness, but it's a little bit more exotic than the material plane.
Spoilers for Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Master Roshi tries to seal the Demon King Piccolo, I think is who it is, with the Mafuba, fails, and it drains his life force and kills him.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
But
that's how Master Roshi dies the first time.
Did he die a second time at any point?
Everybody dies the second time.
Okay. Well,
Everybody.
everybody.
You
Everybody.
remember Majin Buu?
Vaguely. I try not to.
Cell?
Does Cell kill everyone twice?
Almost. He kills a lot. A lot of people
He
die
kills
in the Cell
Goku.
saga.
Who else does?
Cell does not. Cell. Well, I guess yeah. Eventually.
Oh, yeah, he kills Goku, right? Because Goku sacrifices himself to save Gohan. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna KD ratio for Cell, I guess you're gonna give that one to him.
Yeah, you got it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's get back to D&D. We got one more.
The Halo guy says multi-kill when he blows up because he kills King Kai.
I was always more of a Time Splitters guy than a Halo guy.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
It's a good.
What the fuck is Time Splitters?
You've never played Time Splitters?
No, I played Halo.
It's an excellent shooter. With a kind of a comical spin. You should look up Time Splitters. Future Perfect. It's the third one in the series, and they lean hardcore into comedy, and you're basically like a dumb Vin Diesel character. That's all I'm going to give
Dumb
you.
Vin Diesel.
Dumb Vin Diesel.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's great though. Anyways, back to D&D.
Yeah.
All right, now we get to do a scary one. It's time for the Sphere of Annihilation.
Sure. Is it? Yeah. Okay. Let's find out.
A Sphere of Annihilation is a magic item that consumes everything it touches. The object is actually a void in the fabric of the multiverse and is utterly black, such that no amount of light can penetrate it or reflect off of it. The sphere is 2 feet
Or 61 centimeters.
in diameter and remains at all times motionless, hovering in position until acted upon by a mental push from a sentient being. The surface of the sphere essentially destroys whatever it touches. Some describe it as being sucked into the void with no chance of resistance or recovery even by a wish spell. The only thing apparently immune to this annihilation are magical artifacts for unknown reasons. There are also reports of beings who have survived coming into contact with the sphere, but they suffered grievous wounds as if struck by a tremendous force. And finally, divine intervention is a possible path to restoration from annihilation, but getting the attention of a deity to ask a boon is generally fraught with risk.
Right. Okay.
The sphere is partially responsive to mental commands of movement, with beings of higher intelligence having a better chance of success. The black hole always moves when someone attempts to control it, but not always in the desired direction. A failure is typically indicated by the sphere moving toward the creature that is making the attempt. If two or more people attempt to control the sphere simultaneously, even cooperatively, the chance for success is reduced for all. Or it can become a contest between the would-be controllers that is largely determined by intelligence and luck.
Okay. Like the opposite of a Jaeger, like piloting the Jaeger in
Yeah,
Pacific
yeah,
Rim.
absolutely. There's evidence that a sphere of annihilation has intelligence or awareness, but some adventurers there is no evidence that a sphere of annihilation has intelligence or awareness, but some adventurers have reported that one actively attacked them when they got too close. The chances of controlling a sphere of annihilation are greatly improved when in possession of a talisman of the sphere, another legendary Wondrous item designed to better control the sphere. That's all it does.
That's such a weird little bit of misdirection to add into this. Like,
Yeah.
oh, but one guy said it did, though.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know,
guy.
right? I'm sure there was like a very specific adventure module where it happened. I just don't know what it was.
Oh, man. Okay.
The sphere also reacts strangely when it comes into contact with portals, gate spells, and other interdimensional phenomena like portable holes. There is a random chance that nothing will happen and the sphere is transported to a destination of the portal, or that every creature and object within 180 feet
Or 55 meters.
is whisked off to a random plane of existence. The most likely outcome, though, is that the sphere is simply destroyed.
Yeah, okay. I get it. It annihilates itself.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting.
Let's learn about the sphere of annihilation stat block.
There's the fucking Mr. Krabs robot again. Okay. It's a Wondrous item. It's legendary. This 2-foot diameter black sphere is a hole in the multiverse, hovering in a space and stabilized by a magical field surrounding it. What happens if you cancel that magic field? My brain is racing. The sphere obliterates all matter it passes through, and all matter that passes through it. Artifacts are the exception. Unless an artifact is susceptible to damage from a sphere of annihilation, it passes through the sphere unscathed. Anything else that touches the sphere but isn't wholly engulfed and obliterated by it takes 4d10 force damage. The sphere is stationary until someone controls it. If you are within 60 feet of an uncontrolled sphere, you can use an action to make a DC 25 Intelligence Arcana check. On a
very high.
success, the sphere levitates in one direction of your choice, up to a number of feet equal to 5 times your intelligence modifier for a minimum of 5 feet. On a failure, the sphere moves 10 feet toward you. A creature whose space the sphere enters must succeed on a DC 13 dexterity saving throw or be touched by it, taking 4d10 force damage. It's nothing to sneeze at. If you attempt to control a sphere that is under another creature's control, you make an intelligence arcana check contested by the other creature's intelligence arcana check. The winner of the contest gains control of the sphere and can levitate it as normal. If the sphere comes into contact with a planar portal, such as that created by the gate spell, or an extra dimensional space, such as that within the portable hole, the GM determines randomly what happens using the following table. Now you're going to roll a D100. On a 1 through 50, the sphere is destroyed. On a 51 through 85, the sphere moves through the portal or into the extra dimensional space. And on an 86 through 100, a spatial rift sends each creature and object within 180 feet of the sphere, including the sphere, to a random plane of existence. This is wild. This is a crazy thing.
It is a pretty crazy
What the
thing.
fuck is this?
It's just, it's a weapon for the most part.
Yeah, like somebody makes
Or
a
a
little
trap.
mini black hole, encases it in magic, and gets to like fucking throw it around.
Yeah. The Sphere of Annihilation is most commonly associated with the Archlich Acerak. Yeah. God.
Acerak.
It's Acerak.
Acerak.
Oh, God.
Acerak.
Acerak.
If we say them all, they can't get mad.
Guess that's true. Notably in the Tomb of Annihilation dungeon, or I think the Tomb of Horrors, actually.
Oh,
Either way, yeah, it's just it's a weapon, it's a trap, it's it honestly, like,
it's a trap.
the fact that it is in itself somewhat like a singularity, like it could be whatever you want it to be as a DM. It could be like an infant black hole meant to swallow the cosmos. It could be a number of things.
For sure.
Are you about to roll these outer planes? Because that's what I was trying to think of.
First, let's roll the flask because
Oh, okay.
we
We didn't. We missed that.
Yeah,
Let's go back.
No, we didn't miss it. We're going back for it.
All right. The Dungeoncast finds
leapfrogged
a random flask.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna roll this D100, right?
And do you already have the thing in
I've got
front
the
of you?
table. I
Okay,
got the
cool,
table.
cool,
I
cool,
have the
cool.
stat
What'd you get?
box
What'd you get?
Let's see. I got an 8.
Is that an 8? Yeah, that is an 8.
Yeah,
Holy
double
shit!
zero, 8
So it's empty.
It's empty.
Okay, that's the one you found. What about the one I found?
So now I can do the Mafuba.
Yeah, that's true. You can.
Yeah. So you're rolling the sphere.
Oh god, I rolled 61.
The sphere moves through the portal or into the.
Oh no. I was rolling the Iron Flask. My bad.
Oh,
my bad.
you're gonna do an.
60,
Okay,
yeah.
for 61, you've got a Type 3 demon up in there.
Okay, so I died. I'm dead.
Okay,
I got eaten
I guess
by,
we'll each
like-
roll a sphere of annihilation.
Hezrao.
A Hezrao, yeah, that's pretty good. 65 for me says the sphere moves through the portal or into the extra dimensional space.
You're quite lucky. I rolled an 48.
48. That the sphere is destroyed.
I'm even luckier.
Great. Okay. Well, rest.
Let's take a short rest.
It's the grand adventures of Ilian and Beard. Ilian, are you sure this tunnel is safe?
Why, of course I am, Bernard. The purple worm has passed through here. They never make U-turns. It's not something a purple worm is known for. They go in straight lines.
You know, that makes a lot of sense considering, like, its tubular shape
Yes.
and its tubular hole. Like,
Exactly.
It barely fits in this thing, huh? Man, these things are huge. They're so big.
They're quite large. Colossal, even. Yes, no, it's perfectly safe. And look, Ben, look how much time we're saving. This thing carved a hole straight through the heart of Bacchus Burrow.
That's true.
We're passing level after level here.
It's at a convenient slope, I would say. We're not going like straight down, but it's very walkable, is what I'm trying to say. And that's nice. We've been dealing with some rough terrain, like we were back in that last room. I just wish we had something to drink. I'm so thirsty.
I know, I'm quite parched myself. It's been a long road, and it's unfortunate that we dropped most of our water rations when we had to flee the purple worm.
I miss our tent.
Yes, unfortunately, we had to leave those supplies behind us as well.
Those creatures that ran by us didn't even trample it. We just had to
abandon it.
What are we gonna do?
Well, we're gonna have to start foraging for food and water. By we, I mean you.
Yes, of course. I'm skilled in these things. It only makes the most sense. Oh, what is this? Ha! It seems my luck has turned in the correct direction here. I found a flask. Ilian, check it out. It is small and made of iron.
Why, how serendipitous.
Indeed. Quite.
Pass
good.
Pass it over here,
Yes,
man.
of
I'm
course.
quite thirsty.
Actually, I'm not sure quite how to open it. Yes. Here, Ilian, you go first. It's been.
This brass stopper seems quite stuck. Huh. What am I doing? Here, Ben. Take this from me.
Okay, I
You're
got
the
it.
strong one here.
I got it. Okay, well, hang on a second. How about you hold the bottom? I gotta get my fingies in there. You hold the
Okay,
bottom of the
yes.
flask and pull. and
Yes.
I'll pull the top.
Use the power of those fingies.
Oh, why was it so hard? Oh my God! What's happening?
Humans.
Ben, what have you done?
I just opened the flask. I don't know. And this thing came out of it in a spout of fire.
It's got such large horns.
They're huge. Your horns are so long, sir. Tell us your name.
I am the devil, known as Kyle. And your ancestors imprisoned me in this flask a millennia ago. Eons. I'm not sure. I lost track of time in there.
Our ancestors? We don't even know you.
You are human, correct? It's been
That
some
is yet to
time.
be decided.
Oh, I see. At least you are humanoid with the way you walk in bipedal fashion. No?
Ben, stand back. This horned devil means us harm.
I'm gonna. You know what? You got this, Alien. I'm gonna stand way back here.
I shall cast the spell of the fourth slot, an abjuration spell, one that will send this beast back from whence it came. Not literally back in the flask, but back to its plane of existence where it's probably born. Although horned devils aren't actually born, they're raised up through the ranks. They start off as usually as imps, or sometimes as manage, but... Oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, casting the spell.
Oh my God, get to it already.
On see. You know what I will? Onsion.
Oh my Satan.
Meator.
Oh no!
Hello here.
Alien, the ceiling?
Yeah.
The ceiling?
You're-
Something's happening?
You're interrupting my spell,
You
beard.
need to stand back. I'll get
Oh my God! Where's the purple worm? He's back!
Oh no! It's falling right on me! Wow!
We've returned.
Indeed, we have.
If you want to support Ilian and Bjorn on their adventures to find the pendant of Plenty as patrons, you can do so at patreon.com/thedungeoncast, where we're working on figuring out what kind of Ilian and Bjorn content we can put up there, besides just
That's
like
true.
slamming the skits together and throwing them up there. But there hopefully will be something. And that's it. Yeah, it also helps us because we control Ilian and Bjorn.
From behind the scenes.
They
They're
are
but our marionettes.
They are puppets. Please continue with your wonderful explanations.
I
of
shall.
magical items.
So this next legendary wondrous item is actually two legendary wondrous items, only because they mirror each other so exactly that talking about one without talking about the other seems just like a poor move.
Okay.
So we have the Talisman of Pure Good and the Talisman of Ultimate Evil. Bad news, though. Neither of these items has any lore at all. Like, at all.
Oh.
Not who made them. Not any plane of existence or deity/deity-like entity that they're affiliated with. Not how to make one. Not what they look like, with the exception of actual images done by various artists across the editions. Which is weird. You know, a lot of times if there's art, there's usually, like, word descriptions. But you can go all the way back to first edition. There's no word descriptions, man.
I wonder if it just means that, like, whatever is pure good in your world and ultimate evil in your world is where you can apply these.
Right. So going all the way back to second edition, these talisman entries are simply, here's their name, here's what they do, have fun and don't ask any more questions.
I know, right? That's straight up it.
Yeah.
Maybe they were, like, making magic items mechanically and with the art, and then the lore guy was, like, trying to catch up. And they couldn't, and they were like, "Oh, we got to release all these items."
Yeah, at a time,
No.
maybe. I don't know if that's the case,
They
but
were just,
maybe.
like, never got to it.
So the Talisman of Ultimate Evil is most often depicted as a black iron chain talisman with a medallion depicting a human skull with horns screaming.
Oh.
Some depictions give the skull ghostly green eye sockets and a glowing green orb in its mouth. The Talisman of Pure Good is most often depicted as a golden sun medallion with a large ruby embedded in its center, surrounded by magic runes. The talismans are direct mirroring opposites of each other. They do the exact same thing, but in reverse of the other. In simplest terms, the Talisman of Pure Good can be wielded by a good aligned priest and used to cause the ground to open up and swallow whole a targeted evil aligned priest, while the Talisman of Ultimate Evil can be wielded by an evil aligned priest to do the exact same thing to a targeted good aligned priest.
That's crazy. They're just it's gonna be priest wars up in my
Priest
D&D game.
wars.
Priest wars.
Priest wars. They have the ultimate talismans of their disciplines, and they're gonna fuck each other up.
Did you ever watch Beast Wars as a kid?
Beast Wars, like what was that?
It's Transformers with
yeah.
their animals.
That's what I thought. Yes, I
It
did.
was fucking great.
Yeah,
It was super good.
I mean, they just made the knockoff.
yeah,
movie
but it
version.
seems so not good compared to the Beast Wars.
Yeah, because
show.
you have both Optimus Primes are in it. I
Yes,
guess.
it's weird. I don't know. I never saw it. I fell off the Transformers movies after the first one.
Yeah.
I like the first one.
The Michael Bay verse.
Yeah. All right. Tell me about these stat blocks.
Okay, let me get over there. We'll start with Pure Good, I guess. Wondrous item legendary requires attunement by a creature of good alignment. This talisman is a mighty symbol of goodness. A creature that is neither good nor evil in alignment takes 6d6 radiant damage upon touching the talisman.
Holy shit.
An evil creature takes 8d6 radiant damage upon touching the talisman. Either sort of creature takes the damage again each time it ends its turn holding or carrying the talisman.
Jesus Christ.
It's like a vampire trying to hold like a cross. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to do 100 meters. I don't know why. It's my training. If you are a good cleric or paladin, you can use the talisman as a holy symbol, and you gain a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls while you wear or hold it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
The talisman has 7 charges. If you are wearing or holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from it and choose 1 creature you can see on the ground within 120 feet of you. If the target is of evil alignment, a flaming fissure opens under it. The target must succeed on a DC 20 dexterity saving throw or fall into the fissure and be destroyed, leaving no remains. The fissure then closes, leaving no trace of its existence. When you expend the last charge, the talisman disperses into motes of golden light and is destroyed. Damn, it's a crazy firework.
Yeah. I like how 5e has expanded it to not just evil priests, but evil people.
Yes, okay, that does make sense.
It makes it a little bit better.
For the Talisman of Pure Good's image, it's the submarine of Qualish or whatever. And then for the Talisman of Ultimate Evil, it is the thing you described with the green mouth and horns.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good art.
Talisman of Evil, Ultimate Evil. It's weird that there's one and not the other. It's like, you definitely want this one in your game. I'm going to make a drawing of it.
Actually, the weirder part is that the Talisman of Ultimate Evil is by far the less useful one, unless you're running an evil campaign.
Well, this item is wondrous and legendary and requires attunement by a creature of evil alignment. It symbolizes unrepentant evil. A creature. Evil! A creature. Fucking mermaid, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of SpongeBob this episode.
SpongeBob this episode.
A creature that is neither good nor evil in alignment takes 66 necrotic damage upon touching the talisman. A good creature takes 8d6 necrotic damage upon touching the talisman.
Don't touch my talisman.
Either sort of creature takes the damage again each time it ends its turn holding or carrying the talisman. If you are an evil cleric or paladin, you can use the talisman as a holy symbol and you gain a +2 bonus to spell attack rolls when you wear or hold it.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
I heard you take a little breath.
Yeah, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
That's where chemistry kicks in. Go ahead and say it.
I was going to say, have you ever played the board game Talisman?
No.
It's really good. It's actually Josh Freeland's favorite board game.
No shit.
Yeah, it's a very good game.
Well, then I should definitely play it.
Yeah, we should
What's
play
up,
it.
Freeland? You listening?
There we go. There's some Patreon
play
content.
some
We'll just play some
Talisman.
Talisman.
Oh, that's kind of cool. The talisman has 6 charges. If you are wearing or holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge from the talisman and choose 1 creature you can see on the ground within 120 feet of you. If the target is of good alignment, a flaming fissure opens under it. The target must succeed on a DC 20 dexterity saving throw or fall into the fissure and be destroyed, leaving no remains. The fissure then closes, leaving no trace of its existence. When you expend the last charge, the talisman dissolves into foul-smelling slime and is destroyed.
Oh, that's gross. Have you ever actually landed a fissure attack in Pokemon?
Yeah, there's if you X accuracy, you're guaranteed to hit it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's a cool speedrunning hack I learned watching speedruns of Pokemon Red.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You got anything to add about the talismans?
They're cool. I mean, like,
I think they're actually pretty neat. Obviously, the Talisman of Pure Good is probably more likely to come up. If the Talisman of Ultimate Evil comes up, it's likely in the hands of the BBEG, which is scary. Honest to God,
yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's like, you have to fight this Archlich. Oh, and he has the Talisman of Ultimate Evil, so he could... Like, if any of you guys are good of heart, he's just going to point at you and have a fissure swallow you up.
It would be fun to have your BBEG be neutral and then be killing, like, you think he's evil because he killed a priest with a good one who was trying to thwart him.
That won't work because if you're neutral, these things hit you hard if you try and wield one.
No, yeah, the BBEG will be killing the priest that's wielding it to stop the BBEG. Like, I am a good priest who will stop the BBEG now.
Oh, then it doesn't
work. And you think he's evil, and...
So, bitch, I'm chaotic
BBEG
neutral.
kills the guy, and you're like, that guy's fucking evil. But then he fights an evil priest with the bad one, and that guy wants the BBEG dead too. And now your dude is the Pokemon villain from X and Y or whatever.
I don't know. I think Lysander's pretty lawful evil.
Okay,
And an asshole.
I don't know. I didn't play that one.
It's a good one. I like it.
Aren't there Pokemon bad guys that are just like, I just want to watch the world be? I don't know.
I'm trying to think who's like the most neutral of the bad guys. I don't know. I guess
maybe Giovanni. He just wants money.
Well, he's lawful evil. I think team not Aqua. I think Team Aqua is pretty neutral. No,
I like them. Get it wet. That's
all
the
right.
whole thing.
Moving on.
Okay.
Last up, we have the instrument of the bards, or should I say, the instruments of the bards.
Oh.
These are expertly crafted and legendarily enchanted versions of 7 types of musical instruments.
That's fun.
The Anstruth harp, the Knaith mandolin, the Clee lyre,
Lyre.
the Doss lute, The Fakluken. Wait, what? Bandor. Come on, D&D. The Macfermid Cittern and the Olam harp. There's 2 harps on here.
Hey. Harp to harp. Maybe it's a small harp and a big harp.
Probably. These are in every way superior to their ordinary counterparts. Their powers can only be effectively used by bards, and in fact, any non-bard that attempts to use one of these instruments runs the risk of injury.
Oh.
Bards, bards wielding an instrument of the bards have their charming abilities greatly amplified by their magic. All instruments of the bards have the capability of storing spells. Besides the specific spells that each individual instrument can hold, a bard playing any one such instrument can invoke the spells Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, and Protection from Good and Evil once a day until the next dawn. The first of the instruments of the bards were created by a legendary bard in the Moonshade Isles named Folitaire. He used the instruments to test and reward the students of each of the 7 levels of his bardic college, which came to be regarded individually as legendary bard colleges in their own right. These 7 elder bardic colleges were all attended by an aspiring bard who wished to achieve the rank of master bard, traditionally in the following order. That's got to be Fakluken, right?
Fakluken.
Fakluken.
Frau Brucker. Oh, I really hope Freeland's listening. He loves that joke.
I love that movie.
It's so good.
Macfermid, Doss, Kanaith, Clear Cly, I'm not sure which, Anstruth, and Olam.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Bard lore. There should be more Bard lore.
We do need more Bard lore.
Like, this has been very cool. Like,
It's nice, yeah. It's actually probably one of the better of the legendary items because it does cool shit.
I'm about to find out the specifics of said cool shit in this stat block. We got wondrous items. They vary. Depends, I guess. Requires attunement by a bard. An instrument of the bards is an exquisite example of its kind, superior to an ordinary instrument in every way. 7 types of these instruments exist, each named after a legendary bard college. The following table lists the spells common to all instruments, as well as the spells specific to each one and its rarity. A creature that attempts to play the instrument without being attuned to it must succeed on a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw or take 2d4 psychic damage. You can use an action to play the instrument and cast one of its spells. Once the instrument has been used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast that spell again until the next dawn. The spells use your spell casting ability and spell save DC. You can play the instrument while casting a spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw, thereby imposing disadvantage on the save. The effect applies only if the spell has a somatic or material component. Let's see. Its table below says instrument all, rarity blank, spells Fly, Invisibility, Levitate, Protection from Evil and Good, plus the spells listed for the particular instrument. The Anstruth harp is very rare. You can cast Control Weather, Cure Wounds at 5th level, and Wall of Thorns. The Kanaith mandolin is rare. It casts Cure Wounds at 3rd level, Dispel Magic, Protection from Energy, lightning only. The Klee lyre is rare. It can cast Stone Shape, Wall of Fire, and Wind Wall. The Das Lute is uncommon.
Anyways, everybody, here's Wind Wall. Sorry, bad joke. Keep going.
Okay, Animal Friendship. Yeah, the Das Lute is uncommon. It can cast Animal Friendship, Protection from Energy, Fire only, Protection from Poison. Get fucked, Poison. Faklukan Bandor is uncommon. Entangle, Fairy Fire, Shillelagh, Speak with Animals. And the Macfermid Cittern is uncommon. It can cast Barkskin, Cure Wounds, and Fog Cloud. Ooh, it does a fart. And then Olam Harp is legendary. It casts Confusion, Control Weather, and Firestorm. These are all very good. These last 3 spells are very good.
They're very fun.
Yeah, these are cool items. These are really cool.
Yeah.
They just fucking do magic.
Yeah, they're just magic instruments, and the magic instruments are fucking cool.
Yeah, I like the D4s of psychic damage being like a thing with bards too. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like vicious mockery, you know what I mean?
So would you say that this is your favorite of the legendary items today?
I don't know. I kind of like the submarine.
I kind of like the one I led with,
It's funny looking because it looks like Mr.
It is.
Krabs.
It is. I think the Iron Flask takes mine because I think that one's it's just fun.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. I do like the instruments of the bards, but there's like 7 of them, and I don't have a favorite of them, like here on the list.
Yeah, I like the idea as a whole, but any one particular one doesn't stand out to me as a favorite. Yeah,
I mean, like just all of them can cast like invisibility and fly. Like that's so fucking cool.
It is really cool. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. Man, one of these harps would be sick. Like this Confusion harp would be sick as fuck.
Well, you're playing a bard now, so we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Damn, if I get an instrument of the bards, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I'd have to find a way to work with that bass of yours. We'd have to I don't know. I'll figure it out.
I'm gonna fucking cut the strings off this one, mate. Put it on this one.
Since when did he have an Australian accent?
He doesn't. It's just what I felt like doing.
All right, you ready for a long rest?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hey everybody, welcome to the long rest. Let's hope this sleep is fucking legendary. And wondrous. Why not? Have wonderful dreams where you think about the Dungeoncast and how many more episodes you're going to listen to for the rest of your lives, for as long as we make it. Now, on to the plugs. Will, tell them about the Soch.
We have it.
Excellent.
There's 4/5. There's a Discord, which is where we have a huge, awesome community. That's great to be part of, so check that out if you're into Discord. I am. It's probably my favorite place to talk to fans. And we also have Instagram. And we also have X and Mastodon and Threads. And
yeah.
I'm posting on there 4 times a week on all 4 platforms.
Pick your poison.
Or
you can follow me at Sound Good Inc. on Instagram. You can see Sally, the dragon turtle that lives in my backyard and survives all the crazy natural disasters California has purely on her own merit.
It's so funny because the quote-unquote hurricane that rolled through, it was just a light drizzle where I live. It's so crazy.
Yeah,
so
I talked about how much it rained, right? Yeah, and then you were telling me it's supposed to rain upcoming here.
Yes.
Yeah, California's been weird. It's turning into a tropical environment, I guess. So what else do we do? Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah. Baldur's Gate 3 for you. We'll give you one.
You know what you gotta do?
Sub up.
And comment and like.
Yeah, we're getting close to that 50K subs on YouTube. It's a very cool milestone. Yeah, like that video, comment on it, etc. And you'll be entered to win a copy. We'll basically throw all your names into the Randy generator and
see who comes out.
See who's the horniest for it. Drakenstar. It's a book.
Yeah, it's a book. It's based off our live play, Super Quest Saga. It's a science fiction / science fantasy space opera. Basically, there's starships, there's dragons, there's magic, there's technology, and it's all compatible with 5th edition. We got 11 new species with a species builder. We have 13 new subclasses. We got 59 magic items / advanced technological devices. We have over 100 alien monsters, and if you want all that for your D&D game, all you gotta do is go to drakenstar.com and pre-order a copy today. Link is in the description. I'm working really hard on it, and beta tests are coming out regularly. So if you want in on that, get in on it.
Get in there. Links in the description below. Yeah, check out Super Quest Saga. It's all there, the whole campaign. It's very good. Or you can check out Flashbang and the Surgeon, the thing that's on the same feed happening now. That's airing. Superhero game based off Batman the Animated Series. A lot of fun. And you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/thedungeoncast if you want to support us or Ilian and Bjorn. You can also reach out to us thedungeoncast@gmail.com. I think we haven't plugged that in so long. I think people maybe forgot. You can do that. Advertisers, if you're still here, you can do that as well. And you can advertise with us at standard rates or with Ilian and Bjorn. We are offering that. They're going to wear cool jerseys with your logo on them. Although this is an audio medium, so no one will see it, but we'll talk about it.
I mean,
I'm not gonna do the thing.
Okay.
So then, fuck. What else? There's something else.
What are we missing?
Oh, I love you.
Oh,
thanks for listening.
I also love you.
Okay, bye. Let's call it again.
We'll talk to you guys later.
The Dungeoncast.